What's up, guys? Sorry I've been gone for a while, but on today's episode of Planetary Reviews, we are watching Will Smith's newest movie, Gemini Man. Was it worth the wait? Was it as good as his previous movies? Well, let's find out on today's episode of Planetary Reviews, guys. What's up, guys? Sorry it's been so long since I've been gone. I had a lot of trouble with my computer. I had to update it some more. I had to figure some stuff out. It just wasn't working for me, and I just was unable to render any videos and put them on YouTube for a good while until I figured out what was wrong. But long story short, I'm back. I am going to talk about one movie in particular that I was not able to post a review about because of this whole issue with my setup, but I was able to fix it, so now I'm back, and hopefully this lasts for a good while with no tech issues. But anyway, like I said in the intro, we are here to review Gemini Man starring Will Smith. And going into this movie, judging from the trailers, I was sitting there like, this looks pretty interesting. Got the whole old version of Will Smith, and then you have this younger, more improved, younger version of him, and they have to duke it out. That's pretty much the premise of this movie. The premise of this movie is that Will Smith is an assassin. He's a badass sniper. He's really awesome at what he does. And one day he decides to be like, you know what? I'm getting old. I'm in my 50s, man. I gotta stop. I want to kick back, relax, and enjoy life and stop killing people, pretty much. That's not a life you want to live forever. So he decides to go and retire. But in the process, he stumbles upon some pretty interesting information, and long story short, they send this assassin after him to go after the best. And it turns out the only person who could take down the best assassin is the best assassin. And it turns out we got a younger version of Will Smith coming after an older version of him. And you have a lot of good action scenes that ensue, and really good cinematography in certain scenes and everything. But my problem with this movie, in terms of story, wasn't bad. It was a great foundation, but it was just so by the books and very safe. This movie did not feel like it wanted to take any risk. It felt very by the books, like I just said. Very 1, 2, 3, and done. And I was just like, this isn't bad, but man, there's really nothing too original in this movie, in my opinion. It was just very like, when you thought something was going to happen, it happened. When you thought a character was going to have a change, it happened. And it's like, okay, you're not going to do anything new. But luckily, even though the story is not as great as I would have wanted, the performances were good. Everybody did well. Will Smith was great, and the whole rest of the cast was really good. You could tell that they cared. But the thing that was wrong with this movie is that, to me, it lacked heart in a couple places, because, like I said, it was very by the books. So it wasn't taking any risk. It didn't really try to say anything that other movies similar to this would try to say. And you end up sitting there just going, this just feels like a movie that was made because Will Smith is in it and we want to make some quick cash. And that was pretty much the feel I had for this entire movie. And that sucks, because I was like, they could have done some more stuff. They could have done some interesting ideas with this concept and really blow it up and really go crazy with it. But they really stood by the books with it. And I gotta say, the other positives about this, even though the story, like I said, is very by the books, and I brought it down a lot for me, really wasn't like compelling, this story. But one of the other positive things that I do want to talk about is the cinematography. There were some really good scenes in here. There was a chase scene in this movie that they show a little bit in the trailers on bike, and it was very well done. There were a couple moments where there was some CG, but you know what? They did a great job at integrating the CGI into like the live action stuff that was going on. So it looked really cool. I was engaged in that chase scene so much. I really did enjoy that. There was a lot of talent in that scene, and I loved the way they did the angles they shot it at. The way they gave you this sense of tension throughout it was excellent. I loved that. Another thing I gotta say is that when action got real close and they had to do some, close quarters combat or close quarters gun combat, it did look very good. The way it was shot was excellent. And when they got up in, when old Will Smith and young version of Will Smith went at it hand-to-hand style, there was a scene in this film that was excellent. It looked awesome. It didn't look confusing or anything. It just felt so real, so intense, and just so gripping. You were in it. You loved that. It was so cool seeing that. So another thing I gotta say is the way they did the special effects on trying to make Will Smith look younger with this special effect, it looked good. It really did, except for when there was too much light on it. If there was too much light on the face, then you started to see the issues. It didn't look 100% like natural, but in the scenes that they needed it to like look good, it looked good because it had some dark scenes that really did help kind of keep it looking real because the sun wasn't glaring onto the special effect, giving off the very fake look that it can look like during the day. But overall, guys, was Gemini Man a bad movie? It wasn't a bad movie. It just was a very by-the-books action flick that was very predictable, but Will Smith still had that good charisma. But even for him, I was still sitting there like, man, I'm not feeling 100%. I'm feeling like this movie was just made for, you know, like I said, a quick paycheck. It didn't really feel like his 100% heart was in it. So, would I recommend Gemini Man? If you're bored this weekend and you really want to see something, or if you're just a huge Will Smith fan like me, yeah, then go see it. But if you're not, wait until this thing comes out on HBO and watch it for free, perhaps on Netflix. I would definitely not recommend go out and see it right away, unless, like I said, you're really, really bored, or you're just a huge Will Smith fan. Because at the end of the day, Gemini Man gets a solid C+ for me, guys. I wish I could give my boy Will Smith a really high ranking on this movie, but unfortunately, I gotta be honest, it wasn't 100% great, and there was some issues I took with it. It was still fun. I did not hate the movie. I walked out of it like, that was a cool action movie, but it was a kind of action movie that you see on TV when you're bored one day, and you go, that entertained me for 2 hours or whatever length it was. But guys, that's my review for Gemini Man. Sorry I've been gone for so long. Like I said, my computer was giving me issues. I'm hoping that it stays like this, stays clean, and I'm able to keep putting out videos. I think I will be able to. But again, I'm back, and I'm going to try and keep it that way as long as I could. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging in there during my times where I even have technical moments. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell to be notified when my videos come up. As always, guys, have a great day.